Today I want to talk about something that surprised me about myself, and that's charm. The word charm. I was listening to an interview with Alison Armstrong while I was busy doing stuff around the house. Alison is an author, an educator, and she has created some very notable programs about understanding both men and women. She's smart, warm, and genuinely enjoyable to listen to, so I was really enjoying the interview. At one point in this interview, she said that charm is a trait many people look for in a partner. And the second she said it, my body completely locked up. Just this immediate internal no. And boy, did I notice it. Because charm used to be something that I did value. I associated it with safety, intelligence, emotional awareness. And at some point in my life, that association changed. Now, when I hear someone described as charming, it raises a red flag for me. That's not something I'm particularly proud of. I mean, it's in our nature to be attracted to charm, so why am I so repelled? So I wanted to slow that reaction down and really look at it, because I know I'm not the only one who's had this shift. And what I discovered is that there is healthy charm, and then there's the kind that feels off. Healthy charm has depth under it. It's warmth, humor, ease. It shows up very naturally. It holds up when things are awkward or disappointing. And it doesn't disappear when you say no. It doesn't punish you for slowing things down. Superficial charm is very different. It's about effect. It creates a strong first impression. It pulls you in quickly, and it makes you feel chosen, understood, and special. It builds a picture of who someone is before you've actually seen how they handle pressure. That is where the danger comes in. Now, we all carry internal models of the people we're close to. We learn who someone is by watching patterns over time. That helps us predict how they'll respond. Prediction is what creates safety in relationships. If I know how you respond to stress, conflict, disappointment, or limits, my nervous system can relax. Betrayal happens when that model collapses. Not a small mismatch, but a very fundamental one. Superficial charm helps build a false model. So you think you're dealing with someone warm, empathic, emotionally safe. You expect consistency because that's what the charm implies. Then there's conflict, or a boundary, or accountability, and suddenly the behavior doesn't match the person you thought you knew. That gap is so jarring. It doesn't just hurt emotionally, it destabilizes your entire sense of reality. And it hurts more because you trusted the charm. And this is where many people turn the blame inward. Maybe I expected too much. Maybe I misunderstood. Maybe I'm projecting. Maybe I'm being unfair. That self-doubt is not accidental. Claudia Moscovici writes about pathological personalities and relational harm. And one thing she points out is deeply unsettling. When these personalities harm others, they often experience a surge of satisfaction, not guilt, not remorse, satisfaction. Most emotionally healthy people cannot even begin to imagine that. So when harm happens and the other person seems calm, energized, or even amused, your brain scrambles for another explanation. You reach for love, hope, wishful thinking. You move into that space where you tell yourself if you're at fault, then you can fix this. This is betrayal blindness. You don't see what's happening because seeing it would require you to revise the entire model you've built of that person. And revising that model feels like losing the relationship itself, and it might even be losing the relationship. I've been pulled in by charm. I've trusted emotional language. I've trusted how someone sounded rather than how they behaved under stress. And I've overridden my own body's signals because the person was so likable, so fluent, so convincing, so charming. I told myself I was being guarded or cynical or letting past experiences color the present, but my body wasn't reacting to nothing. It was reacting to that inconsistency. My body sensed that before my mind would even allow me to see it. Superficial charm is especially dangerous because it creates expectation before safety exists. It invites you to expect care, empathy, and repair, then it violates those expectations. That violation feels like a betrayal because in a real way, it is. Healthy charm does not require you to betray yourself. It stays steady when you disappoint someone. It stays present during discomfort, and it allows your feelings to have impact. Superficial charm struggles there. Sometimes it turns persuasive. Sometimes it turns cold. and sometimes it disappears or sharpens, but it doesn't stay mutual. This is where many people develop a strong aversion to charm altogether, not because charm is bad, but because charm was the doorway. And once you've been harmed enough times through that doorway, your nervous system learns. It starts to associate charm with risk. That doesn't mean you're broken. It means you adapted. So here's the distinction that I want to offer. Healthy charm isn't about pulling you in. It's about being with you. Superficial charm manages perception. Healthy charm tolerates reality. If you notice your body tightening around someone who's very charming, that doesn't mean that they're dangerous. It means your system is asking for more data, time, consistency, behavior under pressure. Let charm earn its credibility. Learning to tell the difference is not being closed off. It's learning how not to betray yourself, maybe again. And for those of us who have been duped before, that kind of discernment isn't avoidance. It's wisdom.